Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. I so feel like saying Friday, but it's not Friday today. It's only Thursday, but since yesterday, it's felt like today is Friday. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's full moon energy, and boy, oh boy, aren't we all exhausted. Full moon, I believe, is tonight, if I'm lucky. We are very cloudy, have been cloudy, will continue to be cloudy, so I probably won't see it. But doesn't mean the energy and the eclipse energy of that full moon aren't really being felt, and will be felt for a little while afterwards. So yeah, we're all feeling the exhaustion. And then we've got, in November, we have a planetary lineup happening. I'm sure Stephen Burns has some news about that. I love Stephen Burns, but I don't actually listen to him very often because he gets very technical, and my poor little brain's going, what? I can't comprehend what he's saying at times. So, he is incredibly good. If you're wired that way, go for it. But yes, so I'd love to actually see what he's going to tell us about this planetary lineup. So I might catch that video. Okay. Terrible news, Tim Curry. Or is it great news because now he's in the big Transylvania castle in the sky, the one, the only, as far as I'm concerned, Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Picture Show, absolutely made it his own in the movie. Passed away, aged 80. 80 seems to be a good age for passing over, wink wink, at a particular somebody. So yeah, we've got Dolly, and then we've got Tim. Don't really want to say the other name in the same context with those two, because those two were just absolutely icons and just inspirational people. But what I do want to have a look at is and I'm just going to use the really simple Smith-Waite Tarot deck. A little bit of a deeper dive into the reason why CIA Chief Ratcliffe went to Ruski. Nobody's saying nothing, which actually leaves a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum, so we will try and fill it to see what that visit was all about, or the numerous events it was all about. Apparently flew in, 8 hours later flew out. During the period that Ratcliffe was there, apparently the Pooty figure signed 3 undisclosed decrees. So in the numerical order of decrees, there are 3 that are numbers that are missing that were signed while Ratcliffe was there. So let's have a look to see if we can get some information on that. Just very quickly, when I did my reading on Harp and her past life with Mussolini, one of my lovely viewers made the comment that, oh no, Trump couldn't possibly have been Mussolini because it was too short a turnaround. Turnarounds can be really short. I'm just going to say, especially with the increase in population. When the population was sort of about 1 billion, you had a little bit of time up your sleeve to just hang around and experiment with some other bits and bobs in the human timeline, remembering that the human timeline is not the same as the spiritual timeline. And there can be parallel universes that are it's almost like a spiral where you can step from this to that, back and forth, in and out on the spiritual plane. So a couple of years on Earth could be the equivalent of 10,000 years on the spiritual plane. We don't know, well, we do know, but we don't remember. So no, it's not too quick a turnaround, especially given the increase in population and the requirement of souls to therefore return for that increase in population, especially after World War II. We're only looking at this increase of population that sharply took off after World War I, and then significantly after World War II, or during and after World War II. What else was mentioned that was covered? Oh, if you're a fan of Fleon or anyone along those lines, don't bother commenting. Just toddle along. That's all I can say. I'm not really interested in you trying to defend him. The Tower card, he's coming for a big collapse before too much longer and couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But what I want to have a look at is Ratcliffe's visit to, what I'm going to do is I've got a whole list of questions I want to ask here, and I'm going to Ratcliffe's visit to Ruski. So there's one of my lovely viewers reminded me that I did a reading last week, I think it was, about the ICE detainees potentially being shipped off to Ruski to be sent to the front line or thereabouts. That was a really, really horrible reading. And that's the Cowra breakout video if you're looking for that one. We've got the sub drone. We've got the threat to, Lurch, the $10 million threat. I've always seen Lurch not living, and if you're wondering who Lurch is, it's the youngest of the felons' kids. I've never seen Lurch surviving past. Yeah, that's a big yes. Oh gosh, yes. As I'm about to say, I've never seen Lurch surviving past the age of 30, and in fact, I actually get the age of 28. And what I keep getting is it's a dark alleyway, a stab in a dark alleyway. So his actions will bring, oh gosh, if you want a dark alleyway, there's a dark alleyway, and if you want a stabbing, there's a stabbing. Yeah, I 28 dark alleyway, and something to the up under the ribs. And the next two cards, we got the world, end of an era, fuel off the cliff, and there's more Kniffys there as well. Okay, so I'll just step back on that one. So yes, there was a threat made against Lurch. I mean, there's been a fatwa against the Orange Idiot since his first regime when he took out the general that was returning to Persia on the plane. And if you're wondering why we use all these code words, I have noticed that my sub level has not shifted in 6 months, which is very unusual, like literally not shifted from 64,000. So check your sub if you are supposedly subbed. Yes, I'm here. You know how often I put videos out. But I also noticed my ad income has gone down significantly, even though the videos are still getting the same sort of views they were getting 6 months ago. So just be aware, that's why we use the code words, because otherwise the censors pick us up and put us in the naughty bin. Okay, so I want to have a look. I'm going to throw 3 cards on each. Oh, and then we've got the NATO threat with the war games or the play acting on the border of Finland, drones over the air found or explosives found in, was it Germany? A couple of incursions into Poland, but let's have a look. So I'm going to start with the NVIDIA chips. So obviously this was something. The Sun card, yeah. This was big enough that the CIA head Ratcliffe had to get on a plane, meow, and fly to Moscow to meet with high-ranking officials. Now, this has happened literally a breath after there was a shopping centre in Ukraine, possibly in Kiev. I'm not quite sure exactly where. I didn't look into it terribly closely. I read these things and then they just disappear back out again. Where there was a NVIDIA chips found in the ballistic missile that were part of the directional programming, like so to pick the target and put it on the target. Now we know NVIDIA. It's a US company based in the US, a huge supporter of the regime. So I think, yes, that was one reason. So I'm going to say Sun, absolutely yes. You've got the Queen of Cups. You guys got to keep a lid on this. Okay, so I keep getting that there needs to be some sort of self-destruct. And then we've got loss and regret. I mean, the lid's been taken off, this chip has been revealed, and the blood is being spilt, and it's been exposed. Surprised the media hasn't picked up on this. Yeah, okay. 6 of Pentacles. Money changed hands in exchange for something. Six of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, the poor choices, the smoke and mirrors, the trying to muddy the waters, and the 4 of Swords, death. The truth will bring a downfall tied to the devil, information coming out, manipulation, 8 of Swords, King of Swords, legal action, and treason. There's the agreement, some sort of agreement here. Yeah, I'm going to say this. It's one reason why he went was in regards to the NVIDIA chips. My guides have been saying for ages that in some way the regime will assist militarily the Ruskis, and absolutely they have. Absolutely they have. This agreement, walking away from the agreement, but there's the contract, trying to distance themselves, but no, it's going to, oh gosh, and then 5 of Wands and then Judgment. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, they be in big trouble regarding this. I'm surprised it hasn't got the media publicity more than what it has. So yes, part of it was, I keep getting there was supposed to be some sort of destruct system. Yeah, the lies, those that feathered their nest by supplying the enemy with products, with that 7 of Swords. Okay. The Death card. False victory, hidden agendas, and a lot of news coming out really quickly. Yeah, there's something about this that is going to, I think, trigger countries that have information to, I'm talking France, Germany. This would be another reason why the US walked out of the UN Security Council meeting, because this regime is in deep with the Ruskies. So I'm going to shift straight to the NATO threat, because if the US is in the regime, I'm not you, the people, but if the regime is in with the Ruskies, and the Ruskies are threatening, oh gosh, there's that. I mean, I know that can be the is not real card as well. Oh, speaking of is not real, entertainment only. The footage that came out of the invading settlers into the West Bank that stole the Palestinians' donkey, tied it to the back of the truck, and dragged it to its death. Ugh, that's not worth war crimes. I don't know what is. Sorry, that just made me so, so, so upset. The donkey. They just tied a thing round its neck, drove off. Donkey, couldn't kept up for as long as it couldn't anymore, fell over, and they just. I do not have words for the scum of those people. Anyhow, breathe, read my mug. That just made me so, so. Anyhow, from Australia, there is nothing I can do about it. I need to let it go. But we've got hidden agendas. So I'm asking about the NATO threat, the hidden agenda with this NATO threat. Was this discussed between Ratcliffe and Dimitri? I keep getting Dimitri as being the name that is the dude that is in charge. Trying to work out which Dimitri it is because there's a lot of them. Because apparently the Pooty figure did not meet with Ratcliffe. It was Dimitri. Deep breath. The NATO threat. The war games on the Finnish border, the incursions into Poland, the threat to Germany. Was that part of this discussion? Come on down, let's have a look. Hidden agenda. Lay low. Put it on the back burner, perhaps. A death being revealed, perhaps. Secret discussions, hidden agenda, keeping the truth hidden due to some sort of agreement in the past to prostitute themselves with that Queen of Wands. Page of Cups, stinky fish, something unpleasant that has been presented about military going in and this bullying, abuse of power. I'm going to say this is something to do with it too. We gave you this gift in the past, this hidden agenda that we've been keeping secret. You owe us militarily. So I am wondering, Wheel of Fortune, hidden strategy, which is fast turning into a nightmare situation, but you owed us, we made this agreement, treason, Ace of Wands, and the Fool card. Okay, so I want to ask in regards to that, was part of the discussion that if the Ruskies attacked a NATO country, would the US hold back? That's what I want to ask, because they've got the goods on what happened in regards to the, all sorts, you name it, they've got it. Okay, let's have a look. It was part of the discussion. If the Ruskies attacked a NATO country, now what's happened is Ukraine have come out and said they're not part of NATO. If the Ruskies attack a NATO country, they can't come to defend it. And why should they? It's not like the US, etc., have come to defend them. Okay, was these three undisclosed decrees, was it to do, the Tower. That's a yes. Smoke and mirrors, excuses, fighting. I'll just do 3. Holding back assistance. This will be NATO itself. And judgment. I think yes. Oh, and the moon card. Oh, the moon and the 10 of swords. I'm going to say yes. An announcement coming out of the White House to not assist with that 7 of Pentacles. Just, it withers on the vine. And there's Ruski. Moral, financial, ethical corruption. Walking past, ignoring, the hermit, isolating, shining a light on the situation, whatever you like to call it. Queen of Swords, hidden strategy, King of Pentacles, and the Temperance, spinning something. I'm going to say yes. I think that was part of the discussion as well, was that if that the US won't come to assist the other NATO countries. I mean, what are the other NATO countries going to do? I mean, there's an agreement, and I think these other NATO countries are aware of that. There is an agreement. But what can they do to force the US to actually, I mean, he doesn't uphold any of his agreements anyhow. What can they do? There's nothing they can do. However, we've then got the false victory of the devil and the uncharted waters and the legal action coming forward. So there was someone emailed me, I can't remember who it was, sorry about that, that said that very shortly France and was it Germany would come out with proof of election fraud or something in the US. Now, why would they do that? Possibly because they've been betrayed. They're still trying to be allies, but only one side. Okay, yes, I think there was that too. I think there was a discussion, would the US come to the aid of the other NATO countries if the Ruskies attacked? And I think the answer was no. Okay, right, okay. I'm hearing that it would be used as an excuse to the national emergency in regards to the midterms. Oh man, these crims. Okay. The detainees was the detainees being sent to conflict zone. Was that discussed? Come on down, let's have a look. The world, again, are you starting with a yes card? And 3 of Cups. Temperance, another yes card, again, trying to spin it. There's the detainees with the 8 of Swords, 3 of Wands, sending them off overseas to Ruski. Far out, man. 9 of Swords again. Moral, financial, ethical corruption. There's a plan. 6 of Pentacles, money that changed hands, and the Justice card. And the Ace of Cups, the emotional overwhelming. Yeah, I'm going to say that was discussed too. I mean, just because he went there, I mean, that's a long time of discussions of stuff. So that's 3 that I've got a yes for so far. Now, as I said, there were 3 decrees that were signed. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, come here. These cards, where do I start? I don't even know where I start. Sword of Truth, down for the count, Death, Orange Idiot, Chariot. I'm surprised the 3 hasn't come out as well. This is the military. Got 2 Death cards, Sword of Truth coming out, this Orange Idiot sitting on his throne, and something to do with the military movement or movement of the military. I mean, this could be new strategy as well, threat of death perhaps. I'm hoping it's this one going down. I keep getting a vision that I'm just minding my own business, watching that, not even the news, just a television show, while, half watching it while I'm hearting comments on my tablet, of an evening, and breaking news coming through. As I split the deck, Ace of Cups and the World card. Something that is absolutely going to be emotionally overwhelming, that will affect the entire world, the whole world will go, holy crumbs. And I've been saying that for a long time, that something is going to happen. Okay, so that's 3 yeses. My other 2 were the drone sub and the threat to Baron, but I'm not getting the Baron threat will be followed through, because I do see him going for, what is he, 21, something, 20, 21. He'll be around for a little while yet and meet a very humiliating, untimely end. And the drone sub, when I read on it, was about the US supplying components. And lo and behold, it turns up the NVIDIA chips. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, deep breath. Love to you all. Catch you shortly. Bye-bye.